to your February meeting of the Services and Amenities Committee. First item on the agenda, apologies.
Same as previous.
Item 2, declaration of interests.
None received.
Item 3, public questions.
None received.
Item 4, parks and open spaces. For here, you have a letter dated the 8th of January regarding the Springfield Diamond Gala from the Asian Persons Gala and Food Funding Committee in connection with the event to be held Saturday the 4th of July and the official opening will be held on Thursday the 2nd of July. Councillor Gallagher.
Thank you, Chairman. Can I move that we accept the proposal as usual and look forward to another successful gala in the park?
Second that.
All in favour? Thank you very much. Item 4B, application for the provision of fun fairs, Springfield Gala and firework display. We have before you a letter dated the 3rd of February from Lanes and Husbands. Councillor Gallagher.
Thank you, Chairman. Can I move that we accept the proposal in the letter with the exception of the catering? We went into a tender process last year for the catering and it would be my proposal to stick to that this year as well.
Second that.
All those in favour, please show. Thank you. Item 5, 7 reasons closed churchyards, and we're requested to consider a report from the Facilities Manager over the
Yeah, through you, Chair. It's the letter that's coming from the Church Secretary to advise us of some current issues that they experienced at the churchyard, particularly the path leading over the churchyard to the parish centre has cracked and that needs repairing. Vehicles are turning at the bottom of the churchyard, resulting in churning up the grassed area, and an increase in people walking dogs on the churchyard has seen an increase in dog fouling in the area. The proposals are that the council's in-house team repair the path in the appropriate conditions. A further meeting is arranged with the church representatives, ward and county council members and Durham County Council environmental officers to look at creating a solution to the vehicle issues, and members approved the purchase of a sign to inform the public with regards to dog fouling.
Before bringing Councillor Madison, just to apologise to council members, the report should have been with us earlier than it was. It was just a technical issue with producing and delivery of the report. Does that answer your possible question, Councillor Madison?
Yes, Chair. In fact, I did send an email to the town clerk earlier in the week saying that I hoped that we would get the reports in time. It's a quick read of it, but I don't think it's appropriate that we should be reading reports on the night. But, however, I am aware of the area. I do know that there is a problem with this particular area as regard to the damage to the green, dog fouling, and I would support it. But I would ask in future, can we please have the reports before the night of the meeting?
Thank you very much for your comments. I will bring the town clerk.
Can I just say, I appreciate the comments that you've made, Councillor Madison, and hopefully you know now that it is always my intention and desire to get a report out to members before the meeting. However, I will say that in terms of the law, provided the items added on the agenda, it provides that the reports are to be circulated when they are available. Unfortunately, we found ourselves this week in the position we've got 2 members of staff who are both unwell. So in the absence of 2 members of staff, I've got 1 full-time member of admin staff and 1 part-time member of admin staff in the office. And it was absolutely impossible for us to get those reports out to you before whilst it's not necessarily what I would want to happen, does still fall in with the legal requirements placed upon me as your proper officer. In the law requires that if the agenda items are on the agenda, then my duty is to circulate them as soon as they are ready, as is practicable, and that is what I have done for this evening's meeting. It's just one of those things. We've got 2 members of staff off at the same time and it couldn't be helped, and I hope that members accept that explanation.
Thank you very much.
Chair, can I just comment on that? I understand that the town clerk is saying she's got full legal bit, but there's times when we're sitting down, reading new agenda items, that we just haven't got time to absorb, and it isn't happening regularly. All I would ask through you, Chair, is that the town clerk can look to see if there's an urgent item, if it is delayed for the next meeting.
Can I just...
Councillor Thompson,
in response to that, I don't accept what you're saying, Councillor Thompson, because to the best of my knowledge and belief, and you might say that that's a solicitor's phrase, I don't think I can remember an occasion where members haven't had reports on at least the Monday before the meeting. And I've worked for principal councils before where the nature and manner and extent of the business has been far excessive to hear, and members have been able to read and digest reports. It's not my preferred solution. I would always want to get reports out to members at the earliest opportunity, but quite simply, in a council of this size, with the officers we've got and the resources available and the remit of the business that we have to undertake, it isn't always possible. But I cannot remember the last occasion when members have not had a report in front of them by lunchtime on a Monday prior to a Tuesday night's meeting. So I think, you know, really, not for me, but for the benefit of the officers who work very hard to meet agenda deadlines with limited resources, I've got to rebut that.
Town Clerk, thank you very much. It's okay, Councillor Gilder, thank you very much for your explanation. Well, as the Chair of this committee, thank you. I'll have silence. What I'm going to say from the Chair is, if any member in this chamber has any issue with the service delivery, shall we say, from our staff, I would suggest that you take that up with the appropriate officer at the appropriate time, and that will be outside this chamber. Our town clerk has now on 2 occasions in the last 4 minutes provided a mature, adequate explanation as to why the report was received today. I will accept responsibility as the chair. I should maybe give me still a little bit more time before moving the item and allow you to digest it more fully. The points have been accepted. I'll put no further discussion on this matter. But I will remind you of your duty of care, all members in this chamber, to the employees of this town council. Any issues with anything like that, please raise them at the appropriate time, in the appropriate manner. I do not feel like there's a committee is appropriate.
So it's passed it on the council employee?
Councillor Graham.
Yes, yes. We are talking about the closed churchyard. That is our responsibility. Am I right? Yes. So let's get the damn work done and forget about the bits of paper, please.
Yeah.
We have a recommendation here. Councillor Gelder.
I think Councillor Graham just moved the recommendations to the report before we, so I'll second that, Chairman.
Okay.
Chair.
Councillor Madison.
Yeah, can I just come back on a point of order on that one? You know, about ignoring pieces of paper. It is essential that we look at pieces of paper and we act accordingly. So I think that the comments that's made tonight are entirely inappropriate.
Okay, thank you very much again for your comments. But the proposal's been moved and seconded. All those in favour, please show. Thank you very much. Item number 6, appreciation of your request to receive the following. Received from the Royal British Legion Popular Appeal, collection at the service held from our premises of £455.04, and also an additional £36.67 collected from the office.
Move to save, Chair.
Second that.
Okay. Item 7, Town Hall shops. I'll leave the appropriate officer to provide further information.
It's just for information, Chair, that the town hall shop tenant has provided us with notice, and there'll be an advert going out to procure a new tenant as soon as possible.
Thank you very much, Colin.
Chair, could I just have a protocol on verbal reports? I always thought we would try and stick to a written report. That's what we need for historical to go back over. Just no matter how simple. I've mentioned in the past, I believe in not having verbal reports, but written reports.
Is this with reference to like yourself, Councillor Thompson?
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Gallagher.
I would consider the line, members are requested to note the tenant of the above shop was notified will cease trading on the 31st of March 2015 and will vacate the premises as a suitable report. Honestly, I have no idea what else will be written in a further report, and I think that's significantly and substantial in the agenda. Can I move that that is noted?
As the chairman of the committee, again, I concur and I deem that sufficient for the purposes to advise this council, the elected members of this council, and also the members of the public present, as the facilities manager has just said. Thanks for your comments. Item number 8, Town Hall stopwatch radio system. The request to consider the attached email dated 28th of January in connection with the stopwatch radio system. Assuming members will digest this correspondence, I'll take any comments. Councillor Gallagher.
Thank you, Chair. This is the email that originally came in from me from Kate Staincliffe, by Kate Staincliffe, I apologise. And the stopwatch scheme is a good scheme that's coming around in the town at the minute, which will help reduce theft and crime in this town. The problem they're having with the system is that they don't quite have the signal range, and this has been identified as one of the best places to put that signal receiver. As far as I'm aware, it's not going to cost us anything, they're going to do it. It's not a substantially sized piece of equipment either. I would move that we accept the proposal and allow them to do what they're suggesting in the email.
Second that.
Motion seconded. Councillor Madison.
Can I just ask if the town hall have actually got any drawings of these radio masts? Radio system. Has anything come in that is visible so we know exactly what is being installed?
Yeah, I think, Councillor Madison, I should be able to answer your question on deducing this from the correspondence, which is all the information I've been provided to. The deliverer of this particular project are saying that they're happy to come and meet up with the council at a mutually convenient time, where I assume will be furnished with any relevant information as well required.
So that's going to happen, they're going to come into the council. That's great. Thank you.
Chairman, I wouldn't necessarily say that that's what's being moved. What's being moved is that we allow them to test whether this is a successful site. If the officers in doing that feel that they need to see the equipment, I think that's the case. But let's expedite this and get it going. I don't think members need to see how big a piece of equipment it is. I think we can leave it down to the officers.
Thanks. All in favour? Item number 9, State Park update. I will pass you over to the town clerk and we will provide further information from you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On your request, I've provided an update with regard to the skate park, which planned for Jubilee Park. As members are aware, we have funding in place, the majority of which has come from VAP and Section 106 monies. We had issues around the site in relation to where exactly in Jubilee Park was going to be suitable, and we've had site meetings and spoken to officers from the County Council. I'm pleased to advise members that the tenders are actually out at the moment. They went out last week. The deadline for clarification on the tenders is Friday the 20th of February. Tender submissions are to be with us by Friday the 6th of March. We'll have a busy week beginning the 9th of March where the tender evaluation panel comprising of members from this council and the AAP will evaluate tenders. And there will be a stakeholder evaluation meeting with a view to awarding the contract on the 20th of March with a start date sometime in April. So it's hoped, on the basis of discussions we've had already, that the state will be up and running in time for the WIT holidays, the school holidays. That skate park, as members will recall, is to include floodlights and the provision for a graffiti wall.
very much for providing additional information. I've got Councillor Gallagher first.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, just speaking as the Chairman of the tender panel that will look after this on, and also as the Chairman of the AAP as well. I would like to thank the Town Clerk for all the hard work on this, and also been a huge amount of paperwork to get this tender back out. And I would like to put on record that this Council thanks to the Town Clerk's work in that regard. I'm pleased to say that this project that's been in the pipeline for a good couple of years now is finally coming to a head. That we're definitely going to get something in the park by this summer. I'm very pleased that that's happened. And another recommendations from the Town Clerk.
Councillor Madison.
Yes, Chair, and I know that we've already raised this issue earlier on a different topic, but again, I did ask if I could have the report before tonight. It does indicate that it's a report, not a verbal report. I would like to ask if the Town Clerk can actually put in writing exactly what she's told members tonight so that we have a record.
Point of order, Chairman, that'll be in the minutes of the meeting.
It'll be in the minutes, and the Town Clerk has just provided verbal additional information on the timetable. You've asked in here.
Chair, I would just like to come back on what Councillor Geldard said, please.
No, at the moment, Councillor Madison, I'm going to address what you've said. You've received the timetable there. That is the basis of the report. The report will be in comments about timetables in terms of you as an elected member receiving any correspondence or written information further. Anything on my agenda has been noted, and as I said, that can be addressed elsewhere. You asked for the report to be delivered. The answer was you couldn't have it because it wasn't ready. Does that answer your question, Councillor Madison? You couldn't have the report because the report was not ready for you to do. Does that answer the question?
All I'm asking for is a written report, not a verbal report.
The minutes will reflect the salient information. I will ask you, Councillor Madison, to stop talking over as the chair of this committee. I will ask you to leave in accordance with standing orders. I will ask you to observe the custom and practice of the conduct in this committee. Thank you. Any other comments? Councillor Foster.
Just to say I'm delighted that making progress with this, along with my county colleague, Councillor Barbara Graham. We both contributed towards this, and we're delighted to see progress is being made.
Yeah.
Councillor Thompson.
I also contribute to check this to the record.
Well, Chairman, just for the record, myself and Councillor if we're all going to get our own piece of credit, why not share our idea?
Facilities managers in the fire.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, if I may contribute. You would have thought that had a written report, had it not been for the fact that we are down to 1.5 admin officers this week, because unfortunately, through no fault of mine, I have 1.5 members of staff who are unwell.
Town Clerk, thank you. I respectfully point out to you, as I say to everybody, I do not think you need to live that little more than having to explain that on a previous agenda. And from the chair, I will concur to quote one of my elected member colleagues, let's get the work done. Excellent. Thank you very much. Item number 10, play area consultation. Members are requested to consider the results of the above, and I'll bear in mind what's just been said. I do appreciate that fellow members haven't had a great deal of time to digest the information. This did arise from the consultation we undertook, if memory serves me correctly, in November. The agreement of November services Ameniities. In front of you, you have the clear results from the consultation we took with the children of Wilson Miller and Rosa Street Primary Schools. Any comments? Councillor Hunt?
Thank you very much, Chair. Yes, looks like a very comprehensive and well-conducted consultation here. We've got some good replies and some interesting data to work from. What I would like to draw members' attention to, I think, it's today a vital thing that you've got younger children who use the play area also seeking for handles. Mums and dads and grandmas and granddads taking their youngsters into a play area like that. Not only do they experience the joy of seeing their kids and grandkids run around and enjoy themselves, but they also provide a certain atmosphere of safety and concern and care, which I think is very, very important. And there's another point that's made on the Middleston Moor one, which again is quite important. I mean, I've just lost it now, but it's a reference to dog fouling again. Because I know we've had problems with that in the past, where people seem to think an enclosed area with swings and roundabouts, etc. on it is a place where you let your dog go, do what it wants to do, take your dog out and walk away and forget about it, which I find disgusting.
Thank you, Councillor Howard. I'll take comments, Councillor Thompson, Councillor Madison.
I was just like to concur with Councillor Howard. It's amazing, isn't it, that item 17 on the dog dirt outstrips everything else.
Yes.
It's a reflection, and it's a shame, and I don't know what you do about it, but, you know, that's...
I've got an idea, but it ain't legal.
Councillor Madison, Councillor Madison,
Well, yes, Chair, obviously the report just come tonight, but item 10 does make reference to Clyde Terrace play area. I've only got Middlesbrough and Moses Street here. Is there anything else?
sorry if it's not clear, Councillor Madison. If you recall, I appreciate that information in front of you, or recall from we did agree as a committee to go out to those two primary schools because they are primary schools in the vicinity of the aforementioned play area.
Okay.
So that is the results from the Middleton Mills children and top class.
Just to try and sort of wrap this up, as you've explained, Councillor, what happened was we received a request to reinstate this play area that was to the rear of Clyde Terrace. Members agreed to go out and consult in response to the petition that we received. So we did what we did, which was proved to be effective in the Byers Green play area, and we actually went out and consulted with the two neighbouring schools. This is the result of the consultation that you have in front of you. On the issue of dog fouling, members might not remember, but this was actually raised as a concern by our workforce in what was the Clyde Terrace play area. And one day we actually sent our workforce up there with some yellow post-it notes and some garden cane, and they actually put yellow flags in every pile of dog dirt that they found. We took a photograph. The yellow flags show quite clearly because, as I've told members before, yellow is the first colour that the eye sees when looking at something, and we actually reproduced that photograph, albeit not in colour, in the Spelling News. So it has always been a problem, but certainly the will of the community seems to be that they would like that area reinstated, and we've got to, I would suggest as a council, try and overcome the dog fouling with regard to education, like we have in the past when we talked about the health with regard to feces in areas. So through you, Chair, what I would like to suggest we do is we go out to a number of play companies with the findings of the consultation and ask them to put forward some proposals as to what you can do in the Clyde Terrace play area as was, it's still there, with some costings for you to consider at a later meeting.
Yeah, thank you, Town Council, for a recommendation from the Town Council. Councillor Galloway?
Yeah, move those recommendations, Chairman.
Second one.
Okay, I'll take a vote on that. Thank you very much, members. That concludes the agenda items. I would like, for reasons of urgency, to use my discretionary powers as the chair to take an item of business in order to expedite council business. I will pass you over to the town clerk. We do have that report in front of you. February the 10th.
Chairman, move exposure of the person forward.
Thank you very much.
Second that.